J-Bay is a self-proclaimed fat activist who got arrested for assaulting an ex-partner and trespassing into a hospital, just to name a few of her recent crimes. So I thought today we could go over her content as well as her recent arrest so that we could find out exactly what got us to this point, because body cam footage of said arrest has recently come out. And let me tell you, it's a real bloody doozy. However, as you can see, I'm back home, so subscribe to the channel because this wee thing has made his grand return. Everyone say hello again to Mr. Prince over here, who, look, he's growing so much fur. Look at how furry he is now. None of you can bully him anymore for looking like a bullsack. Steel. Say hello, Prince. Prince says hi. So if that doesn't deserve a sub, then I genuinely don't know what does. Let's get to 300,000 subs. We're dead close to it. Thank you for that, by the way, but let's get to it, Anyways, I'd like to go over some of J-Bay's OG fat liberation content to see exactly what the vibe is saying, but I thought we'd start in a place that most people wouldn't expect, and also just sort of to set the tone for new viewers of the channel. If this is your first video, this is not a channel that is, like, against people who are overweight. I actually want to start with something positive because I had to scroll through her channel, and I do think there is a lot of positive things to take out of it. I think she does a lot of good work as well as a lot of bad work. I say does, well, did, because ever since her arrest, she hasn't posted anything. She's too busy, you know, in jail. But here's one of the many videos that she's made regarding fitness, and I genuinely think I actually quite like it.
All Body Strong to do a boxing class, and I am so freaking excited. I cannot wait to take you along with me. I cannot wait to see how this experience goes. As a fat ambulatory wheelchair user, I have not felt comfortable in a gym space in a long time. I'm taking you along with me, and I'll let you know how it goes after I'm done.
So off the bat, she's mentioning how she's going to an establishment that is sort of specially made for people who are plus size. So all the machines are going to be made for bigger people, the classes are full of bigger people, and it's a way of encouraging people who are overweight to go to the gym, because as she said at the beginning, people who are overweight or morbidly obese, as she is, tend to, a lot of the time, be scared of going to the gym because a lot of them are scared of being judged. Obviously, people who are used to the gym know that no one really judges anyone in the gym. You wouldn't know it from looking at me, but believe it or not, I've been fairly active in the Iron Temple for a couple years now, and everyone just sort of keeps to themselves, but you can't blame anyone who hasn't been in the gym before for thinking people are going to judge them, people will look at them, because I feel like everyone thinks that at the start, right, when you don't really know what the fuck you're doing. So in my opinion, having an establishment where it's only for plus-size people is actually a really good idea, because what better way to make them more comfortable than to have other people around them who are like them? Like, if the goal is to encourage exercise and health, then this is the best way to do it, in my opinion.
Welcome to All Body Strong, the first fat-owned and operated gym in the Pacific Northwest, designed to be inclusive for all bodies. This gym was thoughtfully created with fat liberation at its core. From high-capacity equipment to inclusive seating, every detail ensures accessibility and comfort for everybody, no matter their body size or mobility needs. The space itself is awesome, welcoming, accessible, and filled with thoughtful touches like body-positive artwork and even a bidet in the bathroom. This right here is Coach Chris. She's helping me get wrapped up for our boxing class. She's a great coach and so much fun to be around. She made sure Jake and I had the best time. I got to experience the boxing class and I did it seated. This was my first ever seated workout, led by Coach Chris of Fat Fist of Fury. And let me tell you, it was empowering. For the first time ever, I worked out in a space that not only accepted me, but celebrated me. And doing the class seated, game changing.
So obviously, I mean, it's TikTok comment section. You can tell just by looking at the video, looking at the people in it, regardless of what was going to be said, people are going to be dickheads, right? I mean, you can see here, the top comment is literally someone laughing at her doing seated boxing. And it's like, I don't want to be rude here, but it's very obvious that this is someone who is not used to working out or exercising. The worst thing you can do with someone who's morbidly obese, who wants to get fitter, but hasn't, you know, haven't had any experience exercising before, is push them straight into the deep end and give them fucking 2 workouts a day, immediately need to fix their diet, go on runs every day. Nah, man, if you've not worked out before, you need to ease yourself into it. Especially when you're this obese as well, it's not healthy to push yourself that hard without having any prior experience. Because your joints, your muscles, your body isn't used to that sort of thing. So if you go on a run, for example, you're gonna end up very, very hurt. Like, you're gonna have to end up hospitalized. And you can see her, she's got a good sweat on. This is a decent workout for someone who hasn't worked out much. There is absolutely nothing wrong with what's going on here. This is a great thing, in fact. Someone with this amount of body fat on them cannot just go into the gym and start lifting heavy. But let's say that bloke on the left there, maybe 100 kilograms minimum, which is what? I think just over 200 pounds over in America. If you went to the gym for the first time and immediately tried to squat 200 pounds, you wouldn't be able to do it, most people. When that bloke just does a body squat, he is already trying to squat 200 pounds. So when you add that much on top of it, it's not healthy. Hope like this is making sense. People just don't think properly. Or they do, and they just want to hate them because they're fat, because there is a lot of that on the internet. It's like, I don't know what this fucking commenter expects. Does he think that in this lassie's first fucking boxing session, she's gonna fight Floyd Mayweather? I'd like to see that prick go to a boxing session and see how he ends up. Knob. Are you training to be like Bo Rai Cho, but somehow more fat and less funny? Let's just read all these comments, man. They're all assholes. First workout in years, I see. Lay on them when you're boxing, you will get them first try. My phone is so heavy. You finna break the bidet. Slow down, we don't need another earthquake. It's like, what the fuck do you guys want? It's like, oh, you need to lose weight, you need to go to the gym, and then she actually does it, and they're like, oh, this is disgusting. What the fuck are you doing, you weirdo? When someone's a fucking arsehole, there's no way to, especially when they're a stupid arsehole as well, who don't know what they're talking about. For people this weight, just walking is a huge struggle. To do an hour-long, full-body fucking boxing circuit is going to kill them. I've got nothing but admiration for this business here. I've got nothing but admiration for the idea of plus-size businesses, you know, plus-size gyms and stuff like that. I think it's a great idea.
This was the first time I've ever enjoyed a workout class, and it's because I felt seen, supported, and celebrated every step of the way. It was fun, it was liberating, and it reminded me that fitness can be for everybody. All Body Strong reminds us that everybody can work out. Coach Chris and the entire team are incredible at adapting workouts to keep everybody safe and included.
It's not even a bad workout either. Like, even seated, it's gonna give you, like, I'm telling you guys, if you've not done this before, stay sat down right now and just throw punches for a minute straight, like as fast as you can in the air. You'll be winded by the end of it, especially if you've not done it before.
Truly built something special here. This gym is more than a place to work out. It's a community rooted in fat liberation and inclusion. All right, guys, I just finished the boxing session at All Body Strong. That was the most powerful I have ever felt as a fat person doing activity. I am probably going to cry about it at some point, but right now I have so much more fat liberation celebration to do in the city of Portland. You have to go to All Body Strong. Honestly, that was a life-changing experience for me. As a fat person, I've never felt welcome in a gym setting, let alone celebrated. And what just happened, me and my partner had the best time. That is the most physical activity I've done.
Like, how could you ever dog on that? How could you ever in good faith look at this video and go, oh, such bullshit? I will say, I do think fat people are celebrated at traditional gyms as well, though. Like, if you are looked at as someone who is overweight, most people will just straight up ignore you because they're focused on their own shit. But if you are paid attention to, most people will be thinking, fucking good on them. I have never known a single person who goes to the gym or is in the gym, has seen someone overweight training and thought, oh, fucking grim. It's like everyone's in the gym for the same reason, to better themselves, and no one really gets judged for that, in my opinion. But again, I understand why, as someone who doesn't have experience going there, you would feel embarrassed to go. That's how I felt when I first went. So having a place like this is a great way to start. That's not working out. You're just sitting down. Please don't go around gyms sitting on random gym equipment. Might squish and kill somebody. Also, I didn't mention this in the like initial recording, but anyone who actually goes to the gym knows that like half of the workouts are sat down. Bench press, you're literally lying down. So just being sat down doesn't mean you're doing a bad workout. Like, you can do skull crushers sat down or stood up. You could do curls stood up or sat down. It doesn't make it a bad workout just because you're sat. I mean, look, the reason I wanted to include this section first is to show that this video is not one for people who leave comments like that. You know, I want to make it clear that I'm coming into this video in good faith. I'm not here to dog on fat people. I'm here to have like a genuine conversation about the content being produced on this channel, the pros, the negatives, what I agree with, disagree with, because I do genuinely believe that fat people get a lot of undeserved shit. I'm sure we'll get more into why later on, but obviously there's a lot of stuff here that I do disagree with. Like, I wanted to start with the most positive one. It only really goes downhill from here, unfortunately.
Today, we're going to dive into how to respond to those questionable comments from family members and loved ones during the holiday season. If anyone says this, do you really think a person your size should be eating that? Then you should say something like, I appreciate your concern, but commenting on someone else's food choices isn't helpful. Let's focus on enjoying the meal together without judgment. If anyone says this, are you sure you want to wear that? It's not very flattering for someone your size. Then you should say something like, I choose my clothing based on what makes me feel comfortable and confident. Commenting on someone else's appearance or suggesting they should hide their figure perpetuates harmful beauty standards. Let's embrace individuality and respect each other's choices when it comes to personal style and expression.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's like, you know, this video's fine. I've got no, like, there's not really a problem with it at all. I will say, like, this is where things get confusing, though, because the next video on her TikTok is this one.
All right, fam, we're back. And this time, we're taking those holiday comments and turning them into straight-up clapbacks. If you thought my last video was nice, get ready for me to tell it like it really is. So let's get into those ridiculous questions and serve up some truth. No filter.
If anyone says this, Do you really think a person your size should be eating that? You should say something like,
Oh, honey, of course I'm eating this. Food has no moral value, and I'm gonna eat what I want when I want. You worrying about my plate? That's your problem, not mine. How about you mind your own business and let me enjoy my damn meal?
if anyone says this, looks like you gained weight since I last saw you. What happened? You should say something like,
Oh, my weight? Really? Why does that concern you? It's none of your damn business. Honestly, comments like that are gross. Go touch grass, Karen, and leave my body out of it.
if anyone says this, are you sure you want to wear that? It's not very flattering for someone your size. You should say something like,
Oh, sweetie, what's really not flattering is your outdated opinion. I'm wearing what I want, and honestly, your opinion is completely irrelevant. Maybe you should spend less time worrying about my clothes and more time figuring out how to mind your own business.
So I guess this is just the exact same video as the last one, but more sassy, I suppose. I don't know, maybe on some families this would be like appreciated, but if you're at the Christmas dinner and someone makes a comment, I feel like the first video is a lot more, I don't know, it will keep the family together. I don't know, maybe you're just sick of their shit and you want to fucking give them one. Maybe don't pout your lips and flick them off though. Or is it flip them off? Yeah, I got a comment the other day I said flick them off, and someone commented being like, flick and flipping someone off are very different things. I didn't know that, it's all the same over here, but I guess it's completely different in America, so my bad for that, guys. But again, so far, nothing really too heinous, but this is where things start to really go down.
Unpopular opinion. Fat liberation is a civil rights issue. This isn't just about body positivity. It's about justice.
Okay, so this is the first of many videos where you realize her incredible use of AI. So she uses AI in pretty much every video. Like this text here is all from ChatGPT. You want to ask how I know? Well, I can't prove it definitely, but I don't want to be rude here. There is not a fucking chance that she has used a semicolon correctly. That's ChatGPT, man. Also, another dead giveaway. You see that dash there? That is like classic ChatGPT. No one puts that dash in regular sentences. Like that big fat dash. And then the pictures are just obviously AI gen. Like she's not, animated that. And then also the topic of the video itself, she's equating fat rights to the civil rights movement. I don't agree off the bat, but maybe I guess we should hear her out.
Basic human rights, from healthcare to public spaces. Yet, we are still excluded, marginalized, and silenced. From local communities to global movements, we must hold systems accountable for excluding and oppressing fat people. It's time to confront the prejudice that makes exclusion acceptable and fight for systems that include us all. We've been unheard for too long. It's time to speak out, demand better, and make our voices impossible to ignore. We owe it to the next generation to create a world where everyone has the freedom to exist without fear of judgment or barriers. Where bodies of all sizes are accepted and where every person can dream without limits or hesitation.
As a fat black woman, I do not like the idea that you're equating civil rights with our fatness. Please rethink this, Jay. That is a fan who in good faith has asked her to rethink it because of the insane, similarities that she's tried to draw there. Like, oh, black people were literally seen as properties sold to each other, weren't given any rights, and nowadays people don't like fat people much, so I guess it's the exact same, right? She has responded to that comment, so we'll watch that before I make any further comments, I guess.
Remember how I said fat liberation is a civil rights issue? Well, I still stand by that. I saw the comment above, and while I respect differing opinions, my stance hasn't changed. If you're curious about why I feel this way, check out the caption and comments for more context. Let's keep this conversation going. This fight isn't just for me, it's for all of us. We deserve respect.
Right, so, and just to be clear, the caption and the comments are all just ChatGPT. So with all due respect, I'm not about to read this fucking lady's ChatGPT message, because that's not actually her talking. She don't have a mind of her own, man. She's literally just got a prompted answer. She has typed into ChatGPT, can you justify in the best way possible my insane position so I could use it as a caption? And then it's obviously done it because it's fucking ChatGPT. What the fuck are these, suggestions here? Sad black fat women. Fat black women in the hood? Fat black females, fat hairy black women. What the fuck is this? I don't think she's I don't think she's put them there, but why has TikTok put them there? Look, either way, if you want me to actually listen to your opinions on something, then say them yourself. Don't have a fucking AI model do it for you. It's incredibly lazy. Like, if you're gonna display an insane opinion like this, and say it with your fucking chest. Not only is the level of oppression completely different, but at the end of the day, being fat is ultimately something that is in most people's control to an extent. Or at the very least, I'm sure we can all agree that it is definitely more in your control than your race or the color of your skin. Now, the reason that I'm not saying that it's like completely in your control what weight you are is because I'm not a fucking idiot, and I'm also not one of these like silly alpha male podcasts that claim that if you're fat, it's your fault and you deserve no sympathy whatsoever. No, that's not how the world works. I'm aware of that. Like, I completely understand in a world like the one that we're living in how easy it is to gain weight, especially if it happens slowly and you have a full-time job or you have children or you're not, you know, financially well off, for example. It's something that can just creep up on you. It's all well and good for some arsehole online who doesn't eat much and doesn't have much responsibilities to say something along the lines of, oh, just fucking work out. It's completely in your control. And it's like, yeah, well, tell that to the fucking single mother of 4 who has to come home from work every day, fucking exhausted, cook for all their kids, can't afford the best food, and definitely does not have time to work out. It's like, is it impossible? Technically, no. But for you to sit there and have just like no sympathy for the position that some people are in, or the positions that allow people to gain that amount of weight, is incredibly ignorant in my opinion. There are so many people who just either aren't aware or are unwilling to acknowledge that as a reality. And that's one example, but there are so many cases where gaining weight is just so easy to do and not really of any fault of someone's own. And that's not me saying that it's impossible, because I don't want to promote the idea that it's impossible to lose weight no matter your scenario. It's always possible, but it's varying levels of difficulty for each person, and that really does need to be remembered. The reason I don't want to claim that it's impossible, though, is because ultimately I would still encourage people who are morbidly obese, especially to the level that this lady is, to lose weight. Your life will become objectively better on so many levels. Everything will be easier. Walking, even breathing will be so much easier. But I'm not saying what fucking TikTok comments are saying, which is like, go on fucking runs immediately, work out twice a day, do actual boxing sessions. If you want to lose weight, just, you know, start with a couple less snacks during the day. A long walk, for example. More on that later, I'm sure. But anyway, let's have a look at another one of her TikTok. The medical system is failing fat people and we need to demand better. No more dismissals, no more inadequate equipment, no more doctors ignoring our actual symptoms and blaming it all on weight. See, this is one thing that I feel as a fat activist you should not be spreading, because it is inappropriate and irresponsible. The idea that doctors have a habit of ignoring symptoms and blaming it on your weight, because a lot of the time, when you're that morbidly obese, the majority of symptoms that you are facing are a result of your weight. Like, if you've just had a heart attack, for example, at age 30, and you're this obese, and you go to the doctor, and you tell them, you know, maybe I've had some allergies, or, you know, whatever examples you give, and they blame it on your weight. That's not them ignoring the symptoms of the heart attack. That is them objectively saying to you that if you lost weight, the chances of having a heart attack would reduce massively, which again is objectively true. People really underestimate just how good it is for your body to exercise every now and then and have a decent diet. Obviously, it's not like a cure-all, fix-all drug, but it really does help. Like, even things you'd never fucking imagine it helps with. Like, your skin will be better, your ears will be healthier, your sleep will be way better, you'll be happier because the dopamine, the hormones that it does when you do a good workout, it's magic, man. Like, as well as the obvious ones, like reduced risk of cancer, reduced risk of heart attack, reduced risk of chronic pain, pretty much any illness you could think of. Also, statistically, you're, you know, bound to live a far longer, happier life. But this here is like if someone was a chronic smoker, smoking 10 packs of cigarettes a day, went to the doctor, said they had lung cancer, the doctor blames it on their smoking, and then they went on TikTok and said, see, the doctor ignored all of my symptoms and blamed my lung cancer on my smoking, and I find that fucking ridiculous. It's like, no, the illness is most likely a result of the other, or at the very least, not being helped by what you're doing. BMI doesn't tell the whole story. It's a flawed metric that reduces health to a single number. A third of doctors still rely on BMI, ignoring the complexity of health and fat bodies. See, this is another thing that I don't like, that when fat activists bring this sort of thing up. As someone who's worked in a hospital before, I think people vastly overestimate just how much BMI is relied on by doctors and nurses. But on top of that, it's like, if someone goes into a clinic and they are measured for BMI, and let's say there's one person who's morbidly obese and another who has, you know, a six-pack and fucking biceps or whatever the fuck, right? Like someone who looks to be in much better shape, and they happen to have the exact same BMI, the doctor isn't daft enough to treat those two people the exact same. It's like BMI is one factor in a multivariate equation that predicts how you will be treated at a hospital. It's not the be-all end-all like many people think it is. Fat people deserve healthcare that is inclusive, accurate, and compassionate. It's time to demand better equipment, better treatment, and better care for all bodies. The job of a doctor is to be truthful truthful in an honest yet compassionate way. But ultimately, if you are completely unwilling to accept that your weight might be a problem, especially when you're this obese, then you're really not going to get anything out of going to the doctor, because they are bound to bring up your obesity at one point or another. Again, if you smoke 10 packs of cigarettes a day and you go to the doctor, that is bound to be something that is talked about. That you can't just ignore that. It's like, oh fuck, doctor, I'm dying of anaphylactic shock. I've just eaten a Snickers. Like, what's wrong with that? Oh, but before you answer me, doc, just remember that you're not allowed to bring up my peanut allergy under any circumstances, yeah? Because that, I don't want to hear about that. So there isn't really much they can fucking tell you at that point.
Thin people's comfort should never come at the expense of fat people's dignity.
What does that even mean? Yes, absolutely, someone commented. I genuinely don't know what that means. Like, I'm not deliberately being dumb here. I genuinely have no idea what that means. An example would be, I feel like she's just asked fucking ChatGPT for inspirational fatspo or something. This is pretty fun. I'm not gonna go into the ins and outs of the protest itself, but she tried to start a protest at an airport, I think. She had like a date plan for it and everything, but then on the day, she was the only one to arrive to the protest. So it's just fucking her in what looks like an empty airport, just with a big sign, and she's the only one there. It's her and the cameraman. In writing, it's so much funnier, by the way. She made a post which ended up getting herself cancelled because a flight attendant was not able to successfully push their wheelchair due to the physical limitations of the flight attendant. She attempted to start a protest, but at the day of the protest, she was the only one there. That must have been so fucking disappointing on the day, man. You should be in the luggage room when you fly on a plane. All right, you know what? Yeah, I'm seeing so much of these, like, comments that encourage people who are overweight to hate themselves as, like, motivation to lose the weight because you hate your body that much that you want to completely change it. And I feel like that is becoming a popular idea, especially in, like, you know, the manosphere red pill spaces that we see a lot nowadays. I think there are very, like, opposite, equally harmful extremes to the spectrum, though. Like, there are some people who interpret the love yourself rhetoric as, like, a purely negative thing because it encourages you to never change, right? And then there are some people who take the love yourself rhetoric as a signal to never change, right? So then there's this idea that, like, in order to lose weight or change your body or work out, you need to hate how you currently look. When in my opinion, the reason that you should be working out, the reason why you should want to lose weight is because you love your body. Like, you loving your body should be the motivation that you need to work out, to exercise, to diet properly. Hating yourself isn't going to get you anywhere. It's just going to lead to self-hatred. So being dicks to people like this isn't going to fucking help either. Like, I fully believe in loving yourself. I just think that some people misinterpret the rhetoric on both ends of the extreme. I think it's infinitely more healthier to work out because you love yourself as opposed to working out because you are scared of being fat or because you hate your current body. Anyway, now I think we should go over some of the airline controversies with her. Again, we'll start with a video that I don't mind at all. I actually think videos like this are quite productive, but from here it'll go downhill. Spoiler alert there, but this video I don't mind.
About what it's like to fly on Alaska Airlines when you're plus size. Okay, so Alaska Airlines has a similar policy to Southwest Airlines, but it's a little bit different. Alaska Airlines does require that you buy 2 seats ahead of time if you do not fit comfortably in 1 seat. With Alaska Airlines, they will reimburse you for your second seat if there was an empty seat on the aircraft before your plane departed. On Alaska Airlines, the average width of the seat in coach is 17 inches, while the average width of the seat in first class is 21 inches. After all of my research, I would say that Alaska Airlines is the second most plus-size friendly airline, with the first being Southwest Airlines. So if you're plus size, I would highly recommend flying either Alaska Airlines or Southwest Airlines.
So videos like this I think are good. It's just sort of, I guess, informing people who are plus size or overweight which airline is most accommodating to them. Some people might label this as like encouraging people to not lose the weight so that they can go on airlines or whatever and fucking stay fat. It's like, oh, just shut up, man. It's fine. Like, this is a good thing. If you're overweight and want to travel, then videos like this ultimately are useful and are going to help you. There is nothing wrong with it unless you're an arsehole. Same with videos like this as well. Like, these videos are perfectly well and good in my opinion.
To be ashamed if you need a seatbelt extension.
There most certainly is. Why is there a reason to be ashamed at using a seatbelt extension? Oh, you don't want to fucking die in a plane crash? You should be ashamed of yourself. Actually, yeah, you should be ashamed. It's like, do you guys not realize that? Obviously, most people are in control to an extent, but there are genuinely a minority of overweight people who have no control over it. Like, there are certain conditions that completely prevent certain people from losing weight. Should they be ashamed as well? Because they look the exact same. If you put an overweight person who is in control of their bodies next to an overweight person who isn't, they will look the exact same. There's no way to distinguish visually between each one. Should they both be equally ashamed if they asked for a seatbelt extension? Obviously fucking not. It's just keeping yourself safe.
Things that plus-size travelers hate. When the tray table can't come down. Worrying about asking for a seatbelt extender. Having little to no room to move. Narrow aisles and bulkhead seats. Tiny airplane bathrooms. Worrying you're going to break the toilet. Getting pat down because you're fat.
Again, there's so much comments like chatting shit, like, oh, whose fault is that with 22,000 likes? But she isn't even necessarily blaming anyone or claiming that there's like a huge problem that needs change here. It's just her explaining things that she doesn't like in the airport or the airplane. There's no like wider political statement in this one. It's just someone complaining about things they don't like. There's no reason to get angry here. Unless you just fucking hate overweight people for some reason. Like, unless you're a genuinely hateful person, there's nothing to get angry at here. I'm hateful for a fucking living, if you think about it, and I don't find any reason to be mad at that video. That was hyperbolic. I don't actually see my career as being hateful. Hope you don't see it that way either, but like, you know, I wonder sometimes.
Airlines make their products smaller every year. Then they blame us for not fitting. If your car got smaller every year, wouldn't you be pissed? Seats are getting smaller. Seatbelts are getting shorter. And they pack us in tighter so they can make more money. But when we can't squeeze into their tiny seats, it's somehow our fault. I'm done letting airlines make us the problem when it's them causing it.
Okay, so this is where we get into like territory that I do have a bit of an issue with, but first of all, let's start on a point of agreement. Yeah, airline seats getting smaller is fucking like outrageous. They were uncomfortable enough fucking 10 years ago, they're uncomfortable now, it's not good. And for the record, I'm not a big guy, right? I'm 5'10", and I'm like as average as you can get. I'm not too skinny, I'm not too big, I'm just a boy, really. And I wouldn't say that I'm comfortable when I fly on an airline, right? So I could not fucking imagine what it's like for people who are bigger than me. But I guess first and most obviously, you buy a car, right? You own the fucking car. You do not own the plane. In order for, you know, plane companies and airlines to accommodate for people who are overweight, you would need to change the entire airline. Like, you can't have a section that has bigger chairs for the same price as the section that the regular section for people who aren't as big, because then it's not fair to the people who aren't as big that other people are getting far more space for the same amount of money. But then if you charge them more for those bigger spaces, then that becomes a problem as well, because J-Bay will complain that she's being forced to pay more simply because of her size. And she already is a habitual complainer that she needs to pay for 2 seats most of the time. However, if they were to grant you a seat for free, once again, that creates a huge problem where it's not fair on anyone else who is getting 1 seat for the price of 1 seat. People who are overweight can't really be accommodated for without making it grossly unfair on everyone else. The only options you really have are to buy 2 seats, lose weight, or don't fly at all. And yeah, it sucks. Like, it really does suck, but there isn't really a solution here. I guess some people might say just make all of the seats bigger so that everyone can fit. Like, smaller people have more space, fat people can fit as well. But then you'll have to do way more flights and they'll be way more expensive because nowhere near as many people are flying on one flight. And the problem just gets even worse.
We're plus-size travelers. Of course we check to see if there's a customer size policy before booking.
We're plus-size travelers. Of course we're expected to pay more just to travel comfortably.
We're plus-size travelers. Of course we think about if we need a second seat before we book a flight.
It's not even just for you though. Like, yeah, you do need a second seat to travel comfortably. Once again, I've already explained why that is kind of a necessity that can't really be changed, but it's also for the people around you. Like, if you bought 1 seat, not only would that be uncomfortable for you, but whoever's forced to sit next to you, it's gonna be fucking hellish for them as well. Like, I genuinely do believe that if you are someone who is this overweight and you buy 1 plane seat, then you're really inconsiderate, actually. Like, it sort of exposes the whole mindset of you thinking everyone deserves the right to travel comfortably is just a facade for selfishness. Because if you genuinely believed that, then you wouldn't be making the person who inevitably needs to sit next to you have to sit in a vastly uncomfortable position for however long the flight is. Like that, if you look there, if she was only to buy 1 seat, then whoever's sat in that middle seat it's not gonna be pretty. Like, it's gonna be really uncomfortable for fucking both of them. And again, I'm not saying this is a good thing at all. I'm not even taking the piss. Like, this sucks. This being a thing that exists sucks, without doubt. But there isn't really a decent solution for it. And it especially sucks for people who can't help it. Like, if you're really tall, for example, or if you do have a condition that genuinely prevents you from having any control over your weight, this sucks even more. But it's not even just size as well. Like, there are some people with anxiety so bad that they can't be that close to random people that they never met before. Like, it's not just a weight thing that makes seats like this uncomfortable. The planes can't accommodate for fucking everyone.
Of course we ask for the seatbelt extender counter as soon as we board the flight.
We're plus-size travelers. Of course we get dirty looks anytime we're traveling.
We're plus-size travelers. Of course society doesn't believe we deserve to travel.
We're plus-size travelers. Of course we can't use the tray table on a plane.
We're plus-size travelers. Of course we have to look through tons of pictures just to see if a place is plus-size friendly.
The whole dirty looks thing, I think, is valid. Like, if you're a fat person and you do anything, then you will be looked at differently to if someone who isn't overweight does it. But I'm talking you could fucking, I don't know, fart or burp, and it will be seen differently. Like, it just will. If you're saying it won't, then you're fucking lying. Like, by the general population, it will be seen as different. People will judge you more for doing literally, like, going to, like, ordering a meal, doing anything if you're overweight. The dirty looks thing, I completely empathize with. I totally get that. But again, the whole, like, the tray thing, there's not really a solution there, because in order to give people more legroom, it's that whole thing again where you'd have to charge way more for the seats, you'd have to do a lot more flights, it's worse for the environment, it's just worse for everyone. You'd end up having to pay a lot more as well, because you would need 2 seats on seats that are already more expensive.
Of course we have to walk sideways down the plane aisle to make sure we don't hit you with our ass.
We're plus-size travelers. Of course we can't use the airplane lavatory comfortably.
We're plus-size travelers. Of course we have to do hours of research just to go somewhere.
We're plus-size travelers. Of course we use apps like Seat Guru to navigate travel in a bigger body.
We're plus-size travelers. Of course we check the weight limits on, like, almost everything.
We're plus-size travelers. Of course we have to worry about weight-based discrimination.
We're plus-size travelers. Of course we bring compression socks on all of our trips.
We're plus-size travelers. Of course we can't find our sizes in souvenir shops.
We're plus-size travelers. Of course we get an extra pat down at security.
I relate to that one. Not because I'm plus size though, just because I'm brown. So, hey, I hear you, fella. I missed a flight to Scotland once because they put me in a fucking room. They were like, "We do not know your intentions." So that was the second time I came up here. Really? I don't remember what I had. I had some sort of, I think I had some sort of blade in my bag, but it wasn't like a knife or anything. It was something completely inconspicuous. Like, completely innocent, that you had to, like, reach to see something, like, wrong with. No, but it's the sort of thing where, like, the reasonable thing to do would have been to take it and be like, "You cannot take this on the flight, mate," and I would have been like, "Fair enough," and then they would have chucked it. But it was Luton, to be fair, so to be fair, you get what you deserve. You go to Luton, and you get a shit experience, then that's on you. It's like going to Subway and being angry that you got a fucking sandwich.
Plus-size travelers. Of course we bring compression socks on all of our trips.
We're plus-size travelers. Of course we can't find our sizes in souvenir shops.
The whole not being able to find your size thing, I don't think I don't think that's a form of oppression either. The fact is, most people don't have the same proportions as you, so people aren't going, or companies won't accommodate for that sort of, body. Let's say there was someone with like 6'6" arms, but on a 5'7" body, which I'm sure people like that do exist. If they can't find a suit that fits them, that isn't like tailor-made, that isn't really a form of oppression. It's just because most people aren't built like that, in the same way most people aren't this morbidly obese.
I surveyed thousands of travelers, and over 86% of them believe the airline industry is not plus-size friendly. This has to change. In 2023, I initiated a petition demanding that air travel become more inclusive. Over 35,000 people have signed it. The fight is far from over. Since launching the petition, it's become even more clear that society unfairly believes plus size. Individuals shouldn't travel comfortably or without stigma. However, this only fuels my determination to fight for inclusive travel. Plus-size individuals won't be deterred, and I'm committed to advocating for change until it's achieved. Travel is for everybody, and nobody should be discriminated against.
You know what I don't like? I don't like that she hasn't actually suggested a fix to this. She's like, all she says is, this needs to be fixed, there needs to be a change. But you need to give us an example of a change or a fix that would actually work. I know why she hasn't done it, because there isn't really one that exists, but shouting and complaining like this without actually proposing a solution is benign. Like, ultimately it achieves fucking nothing. If you're gonna be this vocal about it, you need to suggest some kind of solution, which I know is very difficult to do. It's almost fucking impossible. Like, I would urge people in the comments to come up with something, because I genuinely can't.
I want to talk about all those who have viewed my plus-size travel petition and think that I'm asking for special treatment. The purpose of my plus-size travel petition is not about special treatment, but rather fair treatment, and ensuring plus-size travelers have a similar experience to other passengers. The petition addresses the inequalities that us plus-size travelers face, and aims to prioritize our comfort and safety. Many people have compared this issue to people needing extra space for napping on planes. This is far from the same thing that we're asking for. We are asking for inclusivity and and accessibility, no matter our body size, shape, or weight. Laws in Australia and Canada and the Southwest Airlines customer size policy here in the United States shows that inclusive policies can be implemented successfully. With my petition, I'm striving to make positive, inclusive change in the airline industry by calling for clear guidelines and equal treatment, ensuring that plus-size travelers and those who need more space have a fair experience without additional financial burdens or discrimination.
Okay, so I guess that, again, we haven't got a clear solution or fix like suggested from her here, but that is the closest thing we got, which is extra space for no extra price. And if that's the solution that you're suggesting here, then I'm sorry to tell you that it's never going to work, nor should it. It wouldn't be fair on everyone else. You can't get more room for the same price. It's just not fair. It just isn't fair. It's that simple. Like, people who are bigger, whether it be body fat or muscle or whatever, they usually need more calories. But if you go to a restaurant, no matter your body size, you pay the same amount for the same amount of food. It would be unfair if you got a different amount of food to cater for your body size, because everyone would be paying different prices for the same number of foods, or for the same amount of food. I don't know why I said it like that, but you get the fucking idea here. Like, it just isn't fair at all. There's no way of justifying that. People with one leg usually still need to buy both shoes when they make a purchase for shoes. It fucking sucks, but unfortunately, that is just kind of how it works. Big up all the one-legged people watching this channel, by the way. I'm sure you don't get much shout-outs, but you're there, you're seen, you're heard, and thank you very much for watching. Also, if your name is Aaron and you have one leg, then you're definitely seen. Wouldn't that be a fucking... Honestly, if there's a one-legged Aaron watching this video, you must be creeped the fuck out right now, but... welcome aboard, baby. And definitely make yourself known. Anyway, now it's time to talk about J-Bay's arrest. Because she's been, she's been quite naughty, to say the least. I don't mean naughty in, like, the sexy, mysterious way, by the way. I mean naughty as in, like, fucking maniacal. We'll start with this Instagram post before the arrest, right? Kind of the start of everything. Attention, everyone. Loyal followers, brand partners, and giveaway winners. I'm reaching out because I need your help more than ever. I'm truly sorry to ask this, but I'm in a desperate place with nowhere else to turn. Over the past year, I've endured intense trauma, isolation, and abuse over a recent hospital discharge. I've had to leave behind a toxic situation that was draining for me. Now at 28 without a financial safety net, I'm fighting to heal mentally, physically, and emotionally. If you haven't heard from me lately, please know this is why. Your support, whether through donations, sharing this post, or even just a kind word, means everything to me in these dark times. I promise I'll update you as soon as I can. Thank you from the bottom of my heart, Jay. So people are obviously thinking, like, Jesus fucking Christ, what is going on here? People are thinking like some sort of domestic violence situation, maybe. Which, yeah, I mean, it wasn't too dissimilar to that, but maybe the perpetrator wasn't exactly who you expected. There wasn't all GoFundMe made that people also attributed to that sort of situation. It has been deleted, but I'm using Megan Ann's YouTube channel as like a time capsule to go watch it again, so go show her some love if you're watching.
Taking the time to read my story, I need you to know the harsh truth behind everything you see. For far too long, I've been forced to hide my pain, burying secrets that nearly cost me my life. I almost died from sepsis. In that moment of desperate clarity, I realized how fragile life truly is, and it's nothing short of a miracle that I'm here today. But surviving sepsis was only the beginning of my battle. For over a year, and even longer in some ways, I've been fighting relentless trauma, isolation, and abuse. I was trapped in a controlling, abusive relationship that drained every part of me, leaving scars that run deep both physically and emotionally. I was forced to mask my suffering while the public only saw fragments of a life that I no longer recognize as my own. After a harrowing hospital stay, I was discharged and placed in a hotel, a temporary refuge that barely shields me from the chaos behind closed doors. At 28, as a disabled person with no financial safety net and virtually no family to turn to, I now face the impossible task of rebuilding my shattered life. Every day is a struggle to reclaim my voice, to heal physically, mentally, and emotionally, and to piece together a future that feels safe and hopeful. I share all of this not for pity, but to be brutally honest about the cost of my journey and to ask for your help during this critical moment. Your support, whether through donations, shares, or words of encouragement, will help me secure short-term housing, cover essential needs, and obtain the legal guidance I urgently require to hold those responsible for my abuse accountable. If you're willing to hear more, I'm ready to share the specifics of the terror and betrayal I've endured, details that are as raw as they are painful, if you reach out to me privately. I refuse to let the darkness that's haunted me remain hidden any longer. Every bit of support matters. Every dollar, every kind word, every share of my story is a step towards reclaiming my life and shining a light on the injustices that I and countless others have suffered in silence. Thank you for standing by me in this battle. I promise that as I heal, I will continue to fight, not just for my own future, but for every voice that has been silenced by abuse and neglect. Together, we can build a community of unwavering strength, hope, and justice.
Jalen's ex also made a statement about about this situation. I'm not going to read this one out, but here it is on screen. For audio listeners, it's nothing special. It's just sort of the ex telling people that they have broken up and, you know, respect the privacy or whatever. Nothing scathing that has been released here. So then Jalen came out with like 2 5-minute long Instagram stories oversharing everything about this relationship, essentially. She talks about getting a protective order, explains a lot of context. A lot of this has been exposed as lies. I don't want to play all 10 minutes of these stories. If you're all interested, I'll link Megan Ann's video in the description of this one. Just know that they were very personal and very rambly, and like personal, not just in terms of her, but like other people as well who didn't choose this internet lifestyle, if that makes sense. And also, it was personal to a point where like if everything she was saying was true, it would fuck any case that she was trying to make. We know from her arrest, though, that there wasn't really any case to begin with. Or at least, you know, not a case where she was the victim, if that makes sense. Anyway, another plus-size influencer messages them, basically telling them not to overshare as much. I'm sending you a big hug and asking you to put the phone down. You're sharing too much, babe. I know you don't want to feel like you're going through stuff alone, but you are. That's life. When shit hits the fan, we realize that the only one that will take care of it is us. I know we're not super close, but as someone in community with you and someone that has been through a lot, everything is not for public consumption. Especially while you're in it. Some stuff could be just a text, like is anyone available on X area or next day. But watching your stories, it looks like you're spiraling, babe. Please put your phone down. I love you. Now, I genuinely believe that that is fucking great advice. I think oversharing on the internet from people who are influencers even is a huge fucking issue. And I don't think it's as healthy as a lot of people are making it out to be. So of course, she puts out another 5-minute Instagram story responding to this DM that she got and also exposing the person who sent the DM.
I am not under duress anymore. The police have been contacted. I'm actually in refuge and I'm safe. However, there are some community members I'm going to have to tell you about when I do come back. And Annette Richmond of Fat Girls Traveling and Fat Girls Travel and Trips, who I've been associated with in the past, I need you to know publicly, I don't associate with her. She knows what she said to me. She knows what she accused me of. I have proof. I'm not going to post it. I've asked her to please take off my writing as a contributor for her because it's been very, 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 very performative inclusivity. You guys are up to make your own decision. I will be blocking her. It's public. I have screen recorded, so I'm just letting you know. As of now, I'm safe. I need no help, but I am going to be taking a break. Per Annette's instruction, apparently, because I'm spiraling, you know, trying to survive. I know everybody else has reached out. It's sad that Annette's this way, but it's okay because I have proof. So I'm going to be taking a break for now, but I love you all so much. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Many of you are concerned for me, okay? My name is Jalen Chaney. The police know where I am. My perpetrator and his whole family will be, you know, I'm going to let God do his work. But what I will not stand for are these community members that are performatively inclusive. Annette has been that way since day one. I have tagged her. I have a lawyer. I'm ready to take her to court. She's done many things that are actually super unethical, and I didn't want to have to take it this way, but I will not be disrespected as a survivor, and especially as someone who claims to be a survivor in our community who uplifted her and helped save her life, supposedly. I know that I've seen her caught in some lies, and it's really sad. In no way am I trying to be threatening, but I will not be talked to that way. And you can see how condescending and gross she is, and that speaks for itself. Do I support her? Absolutely not. You know who I do support, though, is Fat Girls Travel too.
She was not being condescending or, you know, performative there at all. I genuinely thought it was a decent message, like a very kind message, a very thoughtful one, but nonetheless a stupid one. Because in my opinion, and this is a piece of advice for everyone, if someone is oversharing online and they genuinely believe that what they're doing is just, then trying to help them in any way that discourages the oversharing that they're doing will never work, because they will always see that as you trying to silence them. If someone is oversharing about all the trauma that they're currently going through and someone tells them that maybe it's not the healthiest way of going about things, most of the time, especially if someone is spiraling to the extent that they are, they will take you trying to help them as you trying to silence them and you know, keep their story unheard or something along those lines. And that is not me saying that sharing information on the internet is a bad thing all the time. The majority of people who do overshare use the excuse of, well, there are plenty of people who might be going through the same thing, and, you know, it's good to, you know, watch someone who they look up to relate to them in that sort of way. And I do think that to an extent in many situations that can be useful. But I also think it is used as a crutch for a lot of people to just vent about the trauma that they've gone through online, which I don't think is healthy at all. Like, there are plenty of people who just want to be seen as victims that use the excuse of trying to help other people or help other people relate to them, if that makes sense. And when we have a look at J-Bay's arrest footage, which we'll look at next, yeah, it's very clear that she is one of those people. This body cam footage starts helpfully with a quick recap, so we'll give that a watch.
If you clicked on today's video, you want to learn all about...
I'll tell you guys.
What? This channel is all about fat joy.
These and they mama.
Unapologetic self-love.
Burning fucking hell, bitch.
And building a community where everybody belongs.
They're trying to raise me, sir.
That is the last thing that we will ever do.
Welcome to J-Bay Official, where we're flipping the script on fat phobia and empowering everybody to live boldly.
There you go. She's like telling them to fucking die. She's saying that the police are trying to rape her. She also sounds a little bit like the English dub of Naruto when she's not in a video. Like when she's not performing in front of the camera and she's getting arrested, she sounds suspiciously like the English dub of Naruto. That is such a niche No, actually, that is the one reference that I've made on this channel that I know my audience will probably get. So there you go. Look at us on the same wavelength. I know I've said that I'm not like a big anime fan, but I did grow up watching Naruto. So there's one. I love Naruto. Got a fucking figurine of Six Paths Sage Mode over there as well. So the arrest footage starts with an officer talking to someone who works at the hospital that Jalen is currently in, basically saying like, yeah, we want this lady out of here. She is a nuisance. Oh yeah, I also forgot the bit where she assaulted her ex-fiance over alleged infidelity. But as you'll see from this video, she throws hyperbolic fake accusations around like she fucking breathes air, saying that the police are fucking like raping her and shit. And when you do things like that, it's like, it just makes everything you say so difficult to believe. If you're that quick to say that you're being raped when you're being put in handcuffs, then it's like, how are people meant to believe you when you say anything, really?
So, apparently, how did she get up here? Did she come from Catholic?
The corner right next to Catholic, she called 911, and Merchant Fire was like, we can't take her anywhere else. And I was like, no, that's fine, bring her here. And she was fine for a while, but now she's getting amped up and just being very verbally aggressive towards the staff.
So, Ramos has dealt with her before.
And she's verbally abusing the staff. So yeah, just fucking, what a great individual. Good positive mindset. I mean, it's always a fucking shitty thing when someone is like an arsehole to, you know, service workers, let alone people who work in the fucking hospital. She's like, oh, I'm not treated very well at hospitals. I wonder fucking why. She's sat there thinking that people don't like her because of her weight, but realistically, it's because she fucking sucks.
Fortunately, I filed many reports. Well, I've been trying to file many reports. Okay. Well, actually, what started here when they hired a fake actor. Okay. That was really cool to come in and stuff. But I could tell you all about it down at the police department if you want. I don't know. I thought I was being called here because I thought I was having a mental health crisis because they made me seem that way. Okay. But they know what they're doing. And unfortunately, these paid actors are now involved. I tried to let them know that they should have left, but
okay. So what's going on today, Jalen?
I called the FBI. I needed crisis. I had my SARC stuff that was getting done at Catholic, which I figured out is where I was kidnapped from the first, or I was born there. Kidnapped, that whole thing, you know what I'm saying? Okay. But I'm waiting for SARC to call. They disconnected that phone, so it won't work. If you pick it up, it won't work.
Okay.
Can you see what I mean? Like, she lies so naturally. Like, it comes out of her tongue so fucking naturally. She must be so used to lying and getting away with it and making up long-winded stories that people just believe or don't bother to challenge her on. So when the police obviously challenge her on it and don't take her shit, she gets quite angry. Like, obviously the police have not hired a fake actor to like fucking talk to her or whatever she's claiming, right? If there's one person who would be able to distinguish between fakes and reals, it'd be them, right? The master of the shadow clone jutsu.
Let's escort me off property in the wheelchair so I can at least not be naked.
Well, you won't get to keep the wheelchair because it belongs to the hospital.
So do you guys have like an ambulance that can take me?
Nope, you would be able to walk yourself.
Oh, okay, well I can't.
Yes, you can. I've seen you do it multiple times.
I need medical attention. I need to talk to you guys.
Well, you're no longer welcome here, so you need to figure it out.
So I need to call Mir Ministries.
All right, what's the phone number? Come on over here so you can have it here.
So already she's been trespassed from the property, so just her being there and refusing to leave is breaking the law. But she is just actively trying to make life as difficult as possible for everyone involved, saying, oh, I'll take the wheelchair with me, knowing full well it's not her fucking wheelchair. She cannot take it with her. And then she's like, oh, but I'm unable to walk. We know she can walk. We've seen her do it in videos. I'm not saying she can walk a fucking marathon, but she can walk a couple meters to the police car. There's this fucking great moment where she's trying to make a phone call, but she doesn't want to type the number into the phone book herself. So she's trying to get the officer to like do it for her. Because again, it's just her being fucking entitled and trying to make life as difficult as possible. Because she's just that kind of gal.
Here we go. Boom, here we go. Hit the thing. Can you hit the thing? Do I only get one call?
Can you come, make those?
Remember that drone that showed up earlier when you guys pushed me out of the thing? Oh, yeah, see, the phone's not working for me. You want to try it again? Here, I'll have you push the buttons. Ready?
No, you're an adult. You can push them by yourself.
I can't. It's not working when I do it.
Seemed to work fine for the nurse and seemed fine. If you do that one, you're just going to get a ticket then.
I'll tell you what, it looks as though the boxing class didn't work too well for her because she can't even punch a fucking phone number in.
This is Jalen. JAELYNNIGRCHO. They're hanging up.
All right, let's go.
No, honey, they're right here. Do you want to talk to them? Do you want?
No, they don't want to talk to you.
They don't want to talk. They gave me a ticket though. Criminal warning. It says. Oh, they're disconnecting the phone. Oh.
All right, you're good. Let's go.
That's your trespass
No, I'm
warning.
not
Your
going-
trespass
no,
from
I'm not going
Trios for
anywhere with
99
you.
years.
No, you're not going anywhere with us. You're leaving
No.
the property.
You're leaving the
Let's go.
property.
I'm not leaving. Hey, witnesses, I need a witness.
It's all on camera. You don't have
Everything
No,
on
it's
body
not.
camera.
You
Yes,
guys
it
know
is.
what the fuck you did. So if I rip this up, it's
That's fine. You've been
99
advised.
years?
Yes, 99 years. If you come
Okay,
back to the
I want
property,
to
you'll
get
be arrested for
arrested.
trespass.
I want to get arrested, so I'm gonna rip it up.
You can rip it up all you want. That's not going to change the fact that we gave it to you and you know you're trespassed. So
99 years. Rip it up.
She is a bizarre woman, isn't she? Like, what the like, just look at what's going on here. Look at the scene, and it's like, this is just so strange, but also so funny. Like, she's such a character.
Hey, you guys, please. They're going to kill me.
grab all your stuff.
They're going to kill me. She's like, no, you know what? I'm not leaving. You guys want me to leave? No, you guys, you have no authority. Well, actually, you are the police, and, you know, the people who own this establishment don't want me here, but I'm not leaving. And the reason I'm not leaving is because I said so. You know, I'm in my boxing stance, I'm sat down, so if you come near me, you'll have to face the wrath of my devastating right uppercut. So yeah, just come try me.
They saw what you just did. And all the shit you did is with my belongings. You know where it's at? You don't know, huh? So actually, I need to call my dad now.
He doesn't. He's not interested. You've already burned the bridge, so he's not going to come
I'm
help
gonna
you.
call my dad, actually.
You can call from your phone.
Yeah,
your
give me
own.
the phone.
No, you don't get this phone. You're
Give me the-
trespassed
no,
now.
I'm not.
Yes.
I can call.
Let's go.
No,
Let's
you
go.
have to arrest me here. I need.
No, we don't have to arrest you
Hey,
here.
I'm not leaving. I'm naked.
You're covered. You have all kinds of
please don't
clothing.
let this happen, dude. Hey, no, this is my evidence.
Yeah,
Get the
we're
f-
going
out
off
now.
with you. Let's go.
Get the f- out now.
Let's go. Let's go.
Get the f- out now.
Let's go.
Okay, I need the.
That way.
This is why I came to Trios. This
That
is I
way.
knew you guys would do this.
That way.
They don't want to help you.
I love that she thinks that she has, like, power here, that she has, like, authority over the people who work at the hospital and the fucking police officers who are like, look, you've been fucking trespassed, we're getting you out of here. She's lucky that they're allowing her to get out in the wheelchair. Like, to some extent, her being difficult has worked because she's not fucking standing up still.
Trios, please. I'm sorry. This is why I was trying to talk to you privately. Please don't let them do this.
And now that she's been rumbled, all of a sudden, it's like now she's back to being somewhat calm. It's like, no, please, please. It's like all the people she was being a fucking arsehole to, it's like now, all of a sudden, she needs your help. Please, oh, don't let them do this. No. Sasuke!
You guys know what you're doing, and I'm literally naked.
We're
I'm not getting
trespassing
out
you
of the
from
wheelchair.
private property that they don't want you here.
Give me those.
Yep, we'll give them to you.
Yep, trespass me.
We'd already done that.
Make sure I'm naked on it.
That's on you.
You ripped your paperwork up. That was your formal trespass notice.
Why did you guys just tell me what the fuck is going on?
We did tell you.
Dude, I need to go to the police. Are you taking me to jail?
No,
I can't walk.
you can walk.
I can't.
You
I'm
can't.
going to stay here. So wherever you leave
Well,
me,
we will help remove you from the chair, and then you can decide if you want to
me
sit
to
on the
jail.
sit on the sidewalk.
Take
And
me
we're
to
not
jail.
taking you to jail.
I'm going to jail. I just ripped up your 99 years.
That doesn't matter. You don't have to keep
Hey,
that paperwork.
wherever you take me.
Sure.
Help! Help! Ramos knows what he did. KPD, hands up, don't shoot. I'm naked and they fucking raped me. Trio Southwood just trying to save me. The FBI's watching.
Like, this is so insane. Like, this is fucking mental. I don't think, like, have I ever... Yeah, I've definitely not seen an arrest this weird before. And it's not what you'd expect from someone who like, claims to spread so much positivity to just, like, falsely accuse people, calmly wheeling her out of a hospital of rape. There's also no one around that's actually on her side. Like, she can yell help all she wants, but the people in the hospital fucking kicked her out.
So yeah, do what you're gonna do. Destroy the evidence. Destroy the evidence. Ramos! KPD! All those police watching me! Where are you guys taking me?
Taking you off their property.
Oh, so I can walk
Perfect.
again.
Now you can walk. Go that way. Go that way.
Arrest me.
Go that way. No.
I mean, there you go. That's proof she was lying. She could walk the whole time. It's like that one episode of SpongeBob where Plankton tries to, like, do insurance fraud, where he walks into the Krusty Krab, there's no wet floor sign, so he pretends to have broken his leg, but then SpongeBob ingeniously proves in court, using his fucking skills as a lawyer, that he was faking the whole time. I always thought Mr. Krabs still should have lost that case, actually, because he didn't have a wet floor sign, which he should have had. Like, regardless of whether or not Plankton was faking, Mr. Krabs was breaking the law still, you know what I mean? But, yeah, I guess that's two cartoon characters we've compared her to now, Naruto and Plankton.
Walk that way.
I gotta go to the hospital.
Nope. Walk that way.
911!
Walk that way.
911!
Walk.
911!
911, you're talking to 911. 911 is in front of you. You can't call for 911 to 911. It's like that's like Googling Google, for fuck's sake.
911!
Walk.
I'll kill you guys.
Walk.
Oh, they could if they wanted to, though. They've got the Rasengan. You're not getting past that, like. In fact, I can see them channeling their energy right now. You're in for a hell of a Rasen Shuriken. I mean, look at the face of that couple in the back. They look fucking terrified, and who could blame them?
You know what you're trying to do. I don't know, dude. So does Jacob Ours. Jacob Ours.
Sure.
Over the 14 mile. Hell yeah, take me to jail. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Let's get in the car.
Why is she screaming hell yeah? It's so weird. I love it. It's so funny. Like, it is actually just like undeniably fucking hilarious. There's no way those cuffs fit comfortably, by the way.
Help me! 911! They're raping me! They're trying to rape me, sir!
That is the last thing that we will ever do.
I have my information in my hand.
Can't sit down and touch.
You got a 69 custody. Take me to jail. Hey,
She
please
just
call
assaulted
911.
police. She is now in custody. Also.
Oh. Ready to go?
An ambulance coming in.
Ready to
Oh,
go?
she'll fit. Oh, she'll fit just fine.
Yep, I'm a big fat bitch. Big fat
That's it.
bitch.
She's just in custody.
Yep. A big fat car.
I'm gonna drive the car.
With the droid and everything, remember? With the droid and everything. You put in his name. 911! 911! Call you 911! Are you trying to read it now? Or show me?
Nope, I'm covering you up because
Because your dash cam didn't just get all that?
I wonder if she would have acted differently if she knew that this was going to be, like, put online. Like, maybe she'd start complaining about how the police cars aren't accessible to plus-size people. You know, we need a world where police vehicles are accessible to plus-size. We need bigger chairs, more space, because these fucking police cars are getting smaller every year. And that is frankly unacceptable. Look at the mess that I had to make. Look at the scene that I had to cause just for a fair shot at this police vehicle. If I wasn't as financially well off or entitled or fucking as much of an arsehole, I would have had to sit in a really tight, cramped space.
I can't! Oh my god! Mental health! Mental health! Help me! Help me! You guys are the FBI watching, right?
Get in the car.
Oh my god! Whoa! Whoa!
Go ahead and stand up.
I can't.
Yeah, you can.
I can't.
You just stood up out of the chair just fine
can't.
by yourself. Stand up.
I can't after all that.
Stand up.
Hold on. Hold on. Hands up, don't shoot! Hands up, don't rape! Hands up, don't shoot! I'm disabled!
Stand up.
I hate to say this, but I kind of rate this. Like, it's so funny, and it's so, like, it's so blatantly just shithousery on her part that I have to, like, I respect it. Like, there's 1% of me that's like, I fucking respect this, man. It's so good. Like, it makes such good video. It's like, it just makes such good telly. Look who's come in to say hello. He's missed us after the 2 weeks. Hiya there, Prince Pal. Look at him. He's a big boy now, you know. Chill. You want to chill out with me? It's so sad, because I'm off to America again in like 2.5 weeks, so he's gonna be gone again for another 2 weeks. You know, the audience missed you. They missed you as well. You don't know who they are, but they really like you, Prince, and they've been asking for you. And now you're finally back. There you go. You can chill on my lap, innit?
I assaulted an officer. Please take me to jail.
We're trying to take you to jail. Why don't you get in the car? We can take you.
I need a female officer, Officer Marshall.
Yeah, she's not working today.
Yeah. Well, I can't get up like this with my hands in cuffs.
Okay, so how can we assist you to get up?
Cuffs off.
No.
Okay, well then I can't get up.
That's a big brain move. I can't get up unless you take the cuffs off. Although, to be fair, even if they took the cuffs off, she wouldn't be able to do anything. Well, you know, actually, I take that back. You can't form a Rasengan unless the cuffs are off. You also yeah, she can't weave any hand signs. I get it now. Yeah, I understand your game here. Although, if you were big brain, you'd just go sage mode, because you could just stay completely still for that. Maybe that's why she's stalling. She's building up that sage energy. I'm sure no one was expecting this much anime references in a fucking Dan Kujiro video, by the way. It goes against everything I've ever stood for.
You know what they do to cops in jail? They rape them in the ass. They rape them in the fucking ass. But remember, you're unlawfully detaining a disabled woman who's been
Okay,
kidnapped.
well, you're under arrest, so we're
Right.
not detaining you. You're under arrest.
I have the right to an attorney and I have the right to remain
You sure do,
silent.
and you can also remain silent. That would be a great thing to start with.
That's really funny. That's fucking jokes. I don't even have, like, he's done my job he should be a commentary YouTuber. That's fucking so funny.
I'm having a mental health crisis. Please, someone save me. Hands up, don't shoot. Hands up, don't shoot. I'm black and brown, they shoot us down. I'm black and brown, they shoot us down.
You know, we've already, to be fair, we've already, you know, established that black and brown people and fat people are on the same level of oppression here. So I back it. You know, she can sing that song all she wants.
And you got it all on tape, what you just did. Another 99-yard fake violation that you made up, you fucking idiots. What a bunch of fags. What a bunch of fucking fags.
Ooh, throwing slurs around as well. This is not very positivity of you, Jay Bray. Jay Bray. No, it's Jay Bay, isn't it? Bray is closer to that cheese than it is her.
Hi, are real officers here now?
No, doctor. How
Oh
you
my
doing?
God, I'm not doing well at all, doctor. These people are trying to hurt me. I was trying to seek refuge here, love. I'm having a mental health crisis.
Okay.
Yeah, I need help immediately. All the
Okay.
evidence they just tried to destroy.
Okay. She's
Yeah.
medically cleared. Okay, you're ready. Thank you, doc. Okay.
That was the quickest medical clearance like, of all time. That is the one time she doesn't want to be judged on her weight. That is the one time she was hoping that a doctor would come up to her and be like, you know what, she's not clear, she's too big. Little cameo from the doctor there, just like comes out, yeah, she's good to go. I want dinner. It's nighttime. My shift is over. What the fuck am I doing here? Like, what is actually going on?
Yep.
I am?
Yep.
Okay, that's good. Take me to jail.
We'll get you there.
There we go. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, the real heroes. I was watching y'all the whole time. Yeah, go run. Try and tell them, Reynolds.
Have they actually called reinforcement? They had to get a fucking, like, the whole SWAT team just to carry this woman from the hospital to a different location. I mean, I don't mean to, like, again, I respect it because, like, that's kind of incompetent on the fucking police that are already there. You should be able to transport her from one place to another without having to call on more resources. She is successfully fucking you all. All right, I think we've seen the extent of this, to be fair. We'll skip to the end. They managed to finally get her in the fucking ambulance with the help of, you know, ambulance reinforcements, I guess. And then she just screams a lot more, but she's like, even when she's inside the vehicle, handcuffed, she's just not giving up.
Weird, bro. Y'all are really, really weird. It looks like you're uncomfortable. Yeah, I'm super uncomfortable.
We can get that back open. Can you swing your legs out?
Yeah. Okay. So I'm not in the house.
In the end, Jalen was charged with 2 counts of criminal trespass, misuse of the 911 system, interfering with a healthcare facility, resisting arrest, obstructing law enforcement officers, and assault. She was later deemed mentally incompetent.
So there you go. I guess technically she wasn't arrested for assaulting an ex-partner. She was arrested for assaulting an officer, it seems. But it was the assault on her ex-partner that led to the arrest. So in a way, it's true, and the intro to this video was not misinformed. And in a way, I should end the video, because that's pretty much all we have to go over. I thought, you know what, it was a pretty big tonal shift. I thought we were having like a nuanced discussion about the ins and outs of fat activism and the pros and cons and how valid everything she was saying was, but then it just sort of devolved into fucking unhinged insanity. But regarding the first, I would say 3/4 of the video, I'm very interested to hear your guys' input on, you know, the things I was saying and if I was distasteful at any point, because I'm always open to being held accountable or being educated on things like that, because I'm fully aware that I don't know fucking everything about this sort of thing. You know, I'm not a sports scientist, I'm not obese, I'm just, you know, a guy with some opinion. So, yeah, hopefully you can respect what I have to say, and if you don't, then be sure to let me know. Other than that, though, I think that's pretty much all I have to say for this video, so I really do hope you enjoyed this one, and see you in the next one, I guess. Subscribe to the channel, 300k, baby. Bye.